Well, guys and girls, hopefully audio and video are streaming okay. Good evening, lawn bowler. Mr. Charlton, how are you? Nice to see you this evening. Clock says I'm late, but according to the computer I'm on time. Hopefully the audio is good. Good evening, Charlie. Nice to see you on tonight. Link Soil Searcher, good evening to you. Good evening, Ian. Nice to see you this evening. The audio's okay. Now, I've got a bit of a noisy fan on the PC and I've put a blanket over it at the moment because I noticed that last week when I watched it back it was a bit buzzy in the background. It may help. It's still a little bit audible to me. Whether it's audible to you I don't know, but it's as good as it's going to get, apart from putting the PC in another room or building a soundproof box for it. Suffolk Sifter, good evening to you. Alright, and Tom, yep, you're on time this evening, thank you. Well, I've got 11 watching according to my analytics. So is that a good thing or a bad thing? I did put the word about a bit more. Probably the forums are getting a bit, or the groups and the places I post tonight's do on probably get fed up, but I thought, well, why not spread the love. So how are we all? How did you get your permissions? How did I get my permission? Family and friends of family. Not done too well with permissions. I did ask someone a few days back and I got a one-word answer back. It begins with N and ends in O. Okay then, what's the time? About 4 minutes past. So Luke, 3 to 4 minutes past. We'll give it a few more minutes. The topic tonight, apart from the show your finds, which I have to say, you lot, I'm very disappointed in you. Yeah, you said you'd send me the picture, never came in. There's only one person what sent the picture in, and he knows who he is. So basically we've got one picture and I've put a few of mine up just for a discussion point really, otherwise we'd have nothing. All these people, yeah, you Josh, you were the only one, you were the only one to send me a photo in. King Sean C, good evening to you sir, long time no see. Digger One's in the house, good evening. Just to fill in the gaps, I actually got round to making up 4 fly leads, electrical fly leads with single gangs on the end, so I can power all my 4 lights now without batteries. I've got them on main, so we could be here all night. If you want to go on till 3 in the morning, if you stay awake, the lights won't die. 15 people watching, keep it going. Lawn Bowl UK, yep. Josh definitely needs identification for his find. I can tell you that. I have not got a faintest idea personally. Norfolk Relic Retriever, good evening to you sir. 3 AM sounds good. Well, if you want me on for 3 AM you're going to have to keep feeding me cups of tea to keep me awake, so that's the deal on that one. King Sean C, I'm on board. My last two outings I've had a load of scraps, they're not worth sending in. Yeah, well, as you well know, the last 2 or 3 videos have been fairly light on silverware, although I'm quite chuffed with this. You won't see it with this cartwheel penny, really chunky. You're not going to lose that, are you? And it's got the real chunky sound. Suffolk Sifter had discussion about pinpointers this morning. What's everybody's option on the best? Suffolk Sifter, I sent 2 photographs. Didn't come through to me, mate. No, because I've made a little folder up within Gmail, and all the photos what I get in go straight in that folder, so I can dip into them and then process them for this evening. But I could only find Josh's one, so I don't know whether you want to try and do it again. I'll put my email again up in a minute or two. 13 people watching. We've lost 2 people, obviously bored rigid. Do I ever do rallies? What do you mean, appear in them? as a personality, or physically do them? No, I've never done a rally. Maybe I should. I just don't like the idea of me and 300 other people, because I only get jealous when other people find something. So Josh is giving a bit of background to his picture, which I'm going to show you lot in a minute. Go to a 10 past. 10 past by my clock, which probably in real terms would be about 9 to 10 minutes. Yeah, we're about right, I think, time wise. So give it another couple of minutes, then I'll put Josh's picture up, and then you can all tell me what the heck it is, because I haven't got a Scooby-Doo. King Sean C, Garrett Carrot, did you go in for the raffle? What Nigel drew at Regton? I go in every year, but I won Fanny Adams, but there's a carrot in there for a prize. Suffolk Sifter, just sounds like a nice button. Unfortunately, Tom, you're wide of the mark there, wide of the mark. 1 minute before lift off. Stop rubbing my fingers. I don't know, I've got this obsession. And tapping the desk, stop doing that as well. All these things I shouldn't do when I go live. I still can't get over this. That was if I'm trying to get it in the light, it's probably side on to you, but that's the Britannia side of that cartwheel penny. That was like the last ditch attempt on a sort of unsuccessful hunt, so I'm glad I picked it up. Right there, little hand gets up to the 12, I shall hit the button and you'll see Lawn Bowler UK's epic find, which we need your IDs on. Right, I'm going to hit the button now, so if I've worked this out, it should come up with Josh's picture. There we go. So look at that, eh? What's that, about 2 and a bit centimetres? I haven't got a Scooby, no idea whatsoever. So all you lot are going to tell us now what the heck it is. Alright, there's a bit on a flagpole where you wind the cable round for the flag, or boat. Yeah, I don't know whether I ought to clean that cartwheel up. I might just keep it as it is. Yep, Josh, it's a thing. Looks like the top of a tap. I don't know. I mean, I had the picture on full screen and I couldn't make it out myself, so I just thought some of you learned people on here would know exactly what it is. Dropped out of 9 viewers now. Oh dear, 10. Just picked up one. It's a pity we don't have a some sort of account on actual people who are posting. Then we know if 10 is the number of people that are posting. But hey ho, 10 is 10. One for the hedge, Charlie Wingnut. It's a medieval wingnut. It's a prototype wingnut. You see the bit in the middle, I hadn't got a die or a tap to do the thread, so that was a non-starter, straight from the off. One for the hedge. One for the hedge fund. There you go. Look, poor old Josh is trying to justify it. Found in a medieval-ish field in the middle of nowhere. Stat Padder. Good evening to you, Stat Padder. Nice of you to join in. We're looking at this thing on the screen which Josh sent in. He's found it in the middle of a medieval-ish field. And we didn't know whether you knew what it was. Stat Padder, is that a question? I think you must mean the it's not an H35, X35 coil. If you're talking about Dias new coils, it's X for X-ray, not H for hotel. Unfortunately, Norfolk Relic, I haven't got a picture of the back. Stat Padder's corrected his H for his X, and then Josh is going to say, what's it look like on the back, Josh? Has it got made in China? I dare say the back is going to be like the front, all shiny and smooth. I dare say an archaeologist, just take it in to the FLO when you go to the FLO. Just bang it on the desk and say, what do you reckon on that? I meant the Arctic, the relic, not your, The back is flat. No nodules or indents. I mean, what's your instinct then, Josh? Do you think that's cast or... I don't know. So it's safe to say we're not going to ID this thing, Josh. Is it bronze? I think. Did you say it was bronze, Josh? It's a thing. Lovely. Brass. Good. Josh thinks it's brass. Small nodule in the centre and flat underneath. So no clue. Oh, so it's either brass or bronze now. Yeah, we'll go with bronze. It's a bronze thing found on a medieval-ish field in the middle of nowhere. Okay, we had enough of this one, people. Shall we move on? Type move on. Gonna get you interacting if it kills me. No, nobody want me to move on? Okay, we'll keep this on screen then if nobody wants to move on. Norfolk Relic, move on. Right, well, as I said, I don't know what happened to the other two pictures, but I never received them this end, so I only had the one this week. So I've just put a couple of scenes together with two of my things on per scene. If I just go over to this one, I don't think I've shown you these before. Have a look. Right, brownie point to the person who can name the thing with the ruler on. I did think about putting my cartwheel up, but I thought, you know, you wouldn't appreciate it. I might be able to put it up. Hang on, I've got a charwaller. Thank you. Yeah, personal delivery, mind you. Don't appreciate the mug. Anybody into these? Kids are mad on them. Turn it around out. No, you won't be able to see it because they're green. Greens don't work well when you're using a green screen. Well, basically, the round thing is a button, obviously. It's just got a picture of a girl leaning out of a window feeding a bird, which is probably the most decorative button I've ever found. Medieval bottle opener, good old Josh. No, it's not a medieval strap end. If we're talking about the one with the ruler, it is a Viking horse harness piece. It's broken on the left hand side. That should be the exact replica, but apparently according to FLO it's Viking. I suppose the horses have got some like pieces on the side where the reins go through, and that's that. And that, believe it or not, was a surface find. I didn't have to dig it up at all. That's exactly as I found it. I quite like the button. Obviously it's a little bit mashed up on one side, but I don't know whether the picture on there does justice. I can't see it very well because it's not got my bins on. But yeah, it's you know, it's quite decorative. I think there's flowers or plants or something around the head as well. Detecting Jester, good evening to you, sir. Thanks for making it. We're just looking at a few of my bits and pieces what I've got, because the pictures are a bit thin on the ground coming in last week. Josh done his bit, but nobody else bothered. Yeah, it's a button. On the back of it is a little eye, so it's a button. Excuse me, obviously it's not as big as that, and that was an old photo, so I haven't got any reference to the size on it. Well, I can only go on what FLO say, because I found something later that week which didn't have like the dog head in the middle, that had that looked similar, so I would have thought that was the same sort of line of piece there. No, I haven't. I haven't posted it on there, Josh. That's quite an old find. It's probably about 2 or 3 years old, and that was pre-button identification FB page. Okay, right. Shall I go back to the main screen so you can see me in all my glory? Right, we'll do this. I've got one more scene. You have to excuse the mishmash when I go back to this screen. Both me animations fire up at the same time, so not good. But the first animation, in case you missed it, is remember to subscribe. I doubt there's anybody on here who hasn't subscribed, but in the unlikely event, if you haven't subscribed, please hit the subscribe button and the bell, please. And also, I don't know the thumb up status. If someone could tell me the thumb up status, I've got this button I can press here as well. Give this video a thumbs up. Anywho, I don't know where Anne is. She's probably 10 thumbs. Well, I say go, I'll set for 10. Thanks, Charlie. I don't know. Perhaps Anne's fell asleep. I'm not sure. No, hang on. I'm not sure whether she said she'd be on tonight or not. Ian says it says 2 on his screen. You must have a bit of a time lag, Ian. No, I don't mind buttons. Norfolk Relic. I'm quite sad with buttons. I keep the 4-hole buttons and the 2-hole buttons. That button I found on the last video, the video before, it was just like a flat, wasn't dished, wasn't decorated or stamped with anything, just a flat disc with 4 holes in. And I've never seen a really flat one. Ian's half an hour behind. Is that a time difference? Anyhow, those who missed it the first time around, I've sorted my lights out. Actually, I was too tight to buy some electrical fly leads because I bought 4 power supplies for these LED lights because the batteries, it's a lottery on the battery whether it lasts half an hour or 3/4 of an hour. So I bought some cheap power mains adapters for them, and then obviously there's 4 lights all over the place. I need 4 fly leads, electrical fly leads, and I was too tight to buy them, so I've had an old lawnmower cable and I've cut that into 4, put 4 plugs on, 4 single gang sockets, and Bob's your uncle. Lawnmower. Someone lives down our road is one of the largest button collections. 400,000. Blimey. Oh, Norfolk, a military permission. Got some crackers. Well, I hope we don't dig up live ordnance. I don't want them sort of crackers. I'll read about you on the news. 11 thumbs up. Well done. I think, Charlie, you're my little thumb up monitor. It's your duty for the day. Right, let's just dig back here. We were talking about, well, actually there is a topic. Do you want me to tell you the topic, what was suggested last week for this week? I can't say, I can't tell who's the first one, Josh. Anywho, someone touched on pinpointers. Was it pinpointers? There was 2 questions. There was pinpointers and coils, X35s. I'm hearing mixed messages about the X35. I've got a friend who hates it and wish he hadn't sold his legacy 11-inch. Just scanning through the yeah, so there's a question on the coils for the Dias, and Ryan. Good evening, Ryan. Nice to see you. Hello to you. Jacob Tucker. What's your best find ever? Well, the regulars on here probably get bored silly about this, but I like my 9th century Anglo-Saxon strap end, complete with 2 silver rivets, and this thing here. I quite like this because of the history. Not that one. No, we don't. That for anybody who's missed it is Josh's effort for this week. We decided as hedge fodder. So moving swiftly along. Okay, Ryan, we'll hang in as much as you can before you have to go, mate. Oh, you're at work. Or I'll say going to work. Or don't get caught. Don't get into trouble. So yeah, that horse harness piece is my second favourite. So my strap end and that horse harness piece is, I quite like that. It's nice, very nice. Josh reckon that this is his best find ever. This is Josh's best find ever. Yeah, it's found on a middle of nowhere. I won't ask what your easiest job in the world is, but I'll believe you. Jacob, I've got to thank Jacob. Very kind. Jacob, let's get back to my main screen. Jacob has just subscribed to Suffolk Sifter, so you demand. Thank you very much. They all count, and I'm creeping up to 400. I think that's someone can correct me if I'm wrong. I was 397, 398, so I'm hoping to hit 400. But as you're all aware, I got this giveaway. When I get 500 subs, I'm going to give that 8-inch LCD colour monitor away. But you have to comment why you want it in the video of the giveaway, so you're going to have to scroll down through my videos to find it and then comment on it to be in with a chance. If you find anything about that blob, Josh, then you know, feel free to brag. You got bragging rights. Yeah, Ryan's on tea break. Yeah, just slow, small sips. Sam, what's our opinion on the Garrett Ace 150 for the beginner? Yeah, thanks, Jacob. I appreciate it. We're Suffolk Sifter family. We are. No problem at all. Where do you hail from, Jacob? UK. I'm getting one or two from the US just recently, because I've been pushing it on XP Team USA. Oh, I see, Ryan. That is an easy easy job. At times, I'm sure you work very hard. I could tell you a tale about the docks when I used to be a lorry driver. I used to go to get a container in the city o'clock in the morning, and the trans-tainers used to be them four-legged things. Obviously a guy at the top, and there used to be a little officey thing down the bottom, and used to give him, like, you know, where your container was. And one morning I turned up and this guy was training. He had his boxing gloves on, bashing 7 barrels out of this little punch bag, and he didn't want to know me. Blob, sorry about that. Well, I won't go on about Garrett's, but I did have a 250 Ace 250 when I started, just for the fact that I didn't have Dias money. Chuck, good evening. Thinking to get an XP 13. I'm hearing mixed messages about the X35s. We had H35s, it's X and X35. If I bought one, it would be a 13-inch, but I know somebody with a 13-inch and he's not very impressed with it, so I'm not sure. I think I'm going to stick with my Legacy 12 to, 11 to start with, and just see how it pans out. So the consensus on Garrett, they're okay. I think really get the best machine you can afford. You know, fix the price and just, you know, go for the best one. Excuse me, I don't know what people think on here. You can get some good second-hand stuff when people upgrade. You might get a better machine second-hand. I'm not sure. Suffolk Searcher started to go at 250. Yep, same as me. I did have finds, but not as many as the Dias. yeah, I think I had my 250 for about a year and a bit. Then I dug deep and got the Dias. Yeah, I think if I was you, Chuck, I'd wait a bit, because the 13-inch UK is about £370. I know you can get some discount if you press the right buttons, but still 350 squids. Not the size of the army, but the force of the attack. Yeah, okay, we'll gloss over that one. Yeah, not cheap. I mean, I think I paid about 1300 for a full Dias with a remote. See, Ryan's really into X35s, but then Ryan, I've got a friend who's got 13-inch and he wished he hadn't have got it. In fact, he's got a Knox 800 as well, and he's swearing by that at the moment. He reckons that's the bee's knees. Knocks the Dias out of the park. So I've invited him to come over on Friday to that field where I found not a lot on the last video, to see if he can do any better than I can. So watch out for that video. Chuck, what's $500 for an X35? I think XP are having a laugh at some of their prices. Also not letting the cat out of the bag too much. I've got a little box here. I'm not going to put too close to the camera because that makes the green screen go funny. I'll see how far I can get. I don't know if you lot can make that out. That's the brand. Haven't opened it yet. It's been sitting on my desk for about a week. I've got to do an unboxing. I'm going to do a review on it. I bought it, by the way, so it's not a freebie. I'm not that high status to get companies sending me free stuff. That's a long way off. So yeah, it's to help me when I do the videos out in the field. "17 watching." Well, I can only see my analytic page and it says 10 at the moment, so if you say 17, I'm going to believe you. That equals the record. 17 is as many as I've ever had. A lot of money, $500, Chuck. A lot of money. I don't know what that converts back to pounds. So was it 490 or something like that? Well, $500 on the converter to pounds at the moment is £383 and 5 new pence. I think they're about 370 something at the moment over here, but you can normally get about 10% off, and probably works out about 350. But even 350 is a lot of money for, I don't know really, how much improvement do you want for £350? Sam, I notice in your videos you don't use a pinpointer. I do on occasion. normally, not being big headed, I can dig it and get the target up without the use of a pinpointer, but that's mine, my weapon of choice. That's the old version, that's not the Mark II, that's just the very old Garrett Pro pointer. It is giving me a bit of hassle. You turn it on and then that'll beep like crazy, and you take it out of the hole and that's still beeping, so you have to reset it. So, but I'm sticking with it. I think if it goes pop, I shall probably, depending on the money, go for the MI 6 or 4. I don't know. Depends how funds go. So yeah, I do use the pinpointer sometimes, but normally I can pinpoint it with the coil, excuse me, and then flip it out and it's out. I'm getting some questions here, I don't want to miss any. Yeah, that is one of the detecting jester. That was one of the topic from last week. I think Josh wanted to Knox 800 versus the others. Anyhow, I bet I can't get to 30, Josh. Give me 5 minutes. No, Josh, don't do that. No. I know what you're going to do. Don't artificially inflate it, please. Norfolk Relic Retriever, only had Darce Light for 2 weeks. A bit different to my Garrett. Yeah, it's a bit of a steep learning curve. I went for the remote because I can't be fiddling about with the headset. You got WS4s or WS5s with that Norfolk? Yeah, and what was the remote used for in the XP? Well, it's just a visual display really, and ease of programming different programs and changing settings really, but you can do without it. Because it's all wireless, obviously there's no wires connecting all the components on the dais. Detecting jester, don't think you can compare the dais with the Knox until you've used both. Well, as I just mentioned, hopefully, fingers crossed, if it goes well, I've got a friend of mine's coming over on Friday morning, and we're going to go on that very quiet but very fluffy and lovely sumoed field and see what his Knox can pull up. I have briefly tried it, and I'll be quite honest with you, and I'm not slagging them, but they sound like Toys R Us beeps and going ahead. I just can't get my head around it, but I'm used to the dais obviously, so yeah, we did think about digging holes and doing a bit of a Gary, digging holes and doing that, but I think we'll just do a straight shootout where there's a target found. How's it sound on each machine? 18. You just give me an extra one, have you, Josh? Yeah, it is exactly, Ryan. You get someone else on your patch and they come up with the gold and you think, fantastic. 20 views. 20 views? My analytics don't seem to be working. I've been stuck on 10 for the last 10 minutes. But 20's cool. Yeah, my mate, Ryan. Yeah, I will do a video, Tom. Although he probably won't be in it because he's very shy. But I should get some distant shots and some close-ups with the Knox. Oh, I see. You got a Facebook group with 8,000 members. Oh, okay. No, I've lost a question. I can't remember who asked it now. It might have been Sam. That's it. Notice you don't use your pinpoint. I've answered that. And then what else? I'm sure Sam. Oh, a weird British chick is in tonight. Good evening to you. Sorry, I was scrolling up and I didn't see you sneaking under the radar, so good evening to you. Weird British chick. Heard you were breaking a record. The only record I'm going to break is from '78, so we've got some of them in the loft. Sorry, Ron. Yes, but only a big guest on. Yeah, well, you know, I'm talking about is okay with a buddy. He's been on before, but not recently. But I just want to give this a Knox a go. Yeah, I think yeah, King Sean. There is an element of luck. If you don't do baby steps, you're going to miss stuff on your swings, aren't you? Weird British chick. St Helens, originally Liverpool. I'm not going to do a Liverpudlian accent because I can't. Ian's going to stick with his Garrett. Yeah, but the other complaint with this Knox is that finds everything. I mean, little minute, little scrappy bits. So I don't know whether I want to be digging, clearing farmers' fields for them. Not to that degree, anyway. Detecting Jester also had a dice light. I just went with the remote for some reason. I don't know. Nice. Why are you weird? Well, I don't know. Weird British chick might not want to answer that. Oh right, sorry Ryan, I was getting my wires crossed. Don't get lawn bowler going, weird British chick, because you'll probably be asking you for photographs soon. Well, as I say, my analytics have failed. I can't see how many people are watching now. I just rely on you guys. And yeah, time's flying. I've got another screen to show you with a few bits of my stuff. If you want me to move on, just say move on. No, I don't know what am without ye. I don't know where Anne is, but I can vaguely remember her telling me that she wouldn't be able to make one of the nights, so I'm not sure whether that's this night or not, but Anne, that's right. Well, I'm not going to move on to the new screen unless someone says move on. Don't say that, Josh. I've got a soft spot for Anne. Move on. Right, that's the key word. Let's hit the right button this time. I went wrong last time, didn't I? Right, it's in that one. Right, these are just two more of my finds, because the name of the game is for you to send me pictures of your finds so I can put them on here and we can all have a chat about them. But I've got one picture, so I'll put my email address up in a minute, and then I want more than one. Anyhow, next one. Right, these motley crew, and oh dear, look, there's a cartwheel. The one on the right is my latest cartwheel penny. I think it measures about 1.25 inches. They were supposed to weigh 1 ounce. They were supposed to be counterweights as well. And I did mess up on the video. I did say it was the largest and heaviest British coin, but obviously the 2 penny cartwheel is the largest and heaviest British coin issued, and that weighs 2 ounces, and I think that that is 1.75 inches coin. That's massive. Little Roman on the left hand side, not in a particularly great condition, but hey ho, it's Roman. Move on, Lord Sifter. Got a lot of move ons. Thank you, Chuck. Revenge of the Sifter. Weird British Chick, do you want to see Lawn Bowler's effort? He did give me a photograph. I don't know whether you've seen it or not. If you'd like to see it, it's a glorious thing. It's something to behold. If you'd like to see it, just say, show me the picture. I'm going to get you interactive. That kills me. Anywho, penny cartwheel and a Roman. Nobody like them? Okay, well, I'll move on then. Jacob, want to see the picture? Right, just for Jacob. And Weird British Chick, affectionately known as WBC. This is Josh's effort. Now I hope you're sitting down, because here it is. Wow, look at that. And I'm not supposed to say it looks like a blob. Josh is very proud of this. It says it's bronze or brass or something, flat underneath. It's got a little knob on top. It's about 2 and a bit centimetres. So there you go. Prepare to be astounded. Oh dear. Yeah, it does look a bit like something the dog left behind, doesn't it? Oh, you're going to upset Josh now. Oh dear, he'll never live. He'll get really upset now. Look, all the sad faces. Look. Oh, I thought that was rather funny. Nice one. Inject a bit of humour. Time out. I'm not going to time out Weird British Chick. What should I time her out for? Tell you what, who was I supposed to time out last time? There was somebody telling jokes, weren't there? Was that Bodge? Yeah, I think it was him. Yeah, Roman brooch. That's probably oh, I'm not going to say it. No, that's rude. Oh, don't cry, Josh. I'm sure Weird British Chick will say I'm sorry, and she'll probably kiss it better for you. A pregnant twiglet. Yeah, you think you're weird. You ain't met half people on here. On my analytics still say 10 watching for some reason, so I think they're frozen. I daren't refresh it in case that crash everything, so I'm going to stop this now because we don't all stare at that, do we? Can't breathe. Breathe deep breaths in, out, in, out. Calm down. Okay, Ryan. Well, we don't be three's a crowd, Ryan. But if you know where, you know who has been sumoing, you'll know where we'll be. It's lovely ground, Ryan. Really, that is. You could dig your finds with a teaspoon. That's brilliant. Anyway, what to turn up? Feel free. You know, you got the permission as well as me. So, if the other guy down the road turns up, we'll have 4 people on there. Maybe we'll find something between us. My treasure probably belongs to Henry IV. You can't prove me wrong. Hunting History. Good evening to you, Hunting History. Bit late on parade, but I'm glad you're here. nice for you to join us. We've been just talking rubbish. I will just flip through the pictures. Depends on the other farm. It's been rolled well. If you've got a rolled farm, Ryan, you go for it, buddy. I can't compete with a rolled, but sumoed is the next best thing, I can guarantee. Right, just for the benefit of hunting history, I'm going to show you Josh's, or Lawn Bowler UK's, effort for this week. That is what he wants identifying. So hunting history, if you've got any idea what that blob is on screen, feel free. You've done it now, weird British chick, I tell you. We're all very, very calm till you turned up. They were all getting a bit excited. Alright, I said blob. Should I time myself out? Put myself on a naughty step? Yeah. Unfortunately, I can't do that. I can always go away and come back in 2 minutes. Right, and hunting history, I'll just flash my 2 screens up. It's a decorative button, believe it or not, with a, looks like a girl or a young lady out of a window feeding a bird with a load of, I don't know, plants or vines around her, which is quite cool. And the dog looking thing is supposedly, according to FLO, a Viking horse harness piece. And just to finish it off, 2 more from me. There's a little Roman there, and the recent find, my fairly good conditioned cartwheel penny. See, Josh, look, could be ahead of a nail. Right, go back to me home screen. Get the mishmash of the thumb up and the remember to subscribe, clashing with each other. So who can tell me how many people are watching at the moment, because I can't see anything on my screen at the moment to say otherwise. So it's just an old nailhead, Josh. Not Henry IV after all. That could be a head of a nail which was in something which Henry IV owned, I suppose. 18. Is that what it says now, Jacob? And links quite well. That's 1 more than my record, so now 18 is the record, so we need to beat that next week. 18.5. Right, so basically all you fine people, I would like you to root around to find a nice picture of your coin or relic or anything you like within reason and metal detecting relationship. Send me the picture. I will put my email address up in a short memento, and then I'll pick the first 6, first come first served, and that'll be the 6th for the next Wednesday. If I can see my keyboard. Sign in to chat. Aren't I signed in then? How can I not be signed in? Oh, here we go. Right, here's my email address. Send me the pictures. Send me your pictures. Go for your life. Anything, we'll welcome anything. Chuck, appreciate it. If you send me a picture, it'll be on. Just send 1 item per email. Don't be greedy and send 4 or 5 pictures, because I'll only pick 1. Doesn't have to be gold torque standard. It could just be a run-of-the-mill hammered, or a nice little button. Something what you like. Hopefully my website, my new website, will be updated within the week. and within that website there is a private blog area. I don't know whether anybody will be interested in it, but if you register when it goes live in a week or so, you can register, get an account, and you can join in commenting, posting on the blog. Unfortunately, I can't find a way that you can originate blogs. That's got to be me. So if you send pictures in to me, I can then post the picture on the blog, and then you lot can have a little fight over it during the week. So I don't know if it's anything which you're interested in, but it's there, it's private. Unless you're signed in, you won't see the blog. It's also got a shopping cart, it's got a store. I've got a few things for sale. I've got a big bag here, look, full of goodies, which I'm going to put on the website to sell. You may or may not be interested in, but that is metal detecting related, believe it or not. So they'll be on the website. So that probably won't be next Wednesday. I wouldn't have thought it'd been on, but it might do. It depends. I've got one or two little things to tweak, and then we're good to go. Right, reading some of the comments. Josh says it doesn't have to be as good as his. Weird British chick. Found a brooch. Ah, yeah. Well, picture of that. Weird British chick would do wonders. Well, I think there's a bit of predictive text going on now. Detecting Jester. I don't think we're ever going to beer lawn photo. I'm not putting that on the back of my. I'm not putting that blob on there. That's not going to go on there. That's an idea, isn't it? The star one. The star find or picture who gets the most votes could appear on my backdrop for a month or something. Just an idea. Just an idea. Just trying to keep it fresh. Beat. Yeah, I did realise. Josh is not going to let this one go, folks. Josh has voted for himself. Well, I heard two stories about that, Ryan. I thought the medieval fair was on, how can I put this, as you come down the lane past the pond and turn left, that field on your right I thought was where the medieval fair was, not the one if you keep going and as you drop down to the pump house. I'm not quite sure whether other bloke feeds good information or bad, because he was on about finding axe heads and stuff on that sumo field. Mind you, it's been done. It's been done. You never can do a field to death because there's always going to be something, but it's been done quite a lot over the years. Weird British chick, might be on St. Steve, does look a bit like Mr. Blobby. Fell in the mud, yeah. Yeah, don't. Josh will come back. Josh has got to come back. Here we go. A bit of background about Josh. We had a vote. We had which is best. What was it? Was it CTX 3030 or a Dias? And the Dias was winning, and then suddenly we got all these votes from different people who are coming up on the chat, and that was him. He must have 5 million accounts. Mr. Blobby. Yeah, the one. yeah, I've heard that Watchtower bit as well. He must feed you the same crap as you do me. Where the bean stubble next to the sumo field, that is supposed to be the Watchtower. Well, not the last video, the video before, Ryan, when I come off that I found hardly anything apart from me. Have I said that I found a cartwheel penny Have I said that before? I found that, then I come off that field and I went back to the truck, and I had a quick 5 minutes on that. That was hard work on that bean stubble, and I found more stuff in 5 minutes than I found in that field in like 3 hours. Only buttons and stuff, but you know, there's more signals to dig. Anywho, the CTX didn't win. I haven't got the bit of paper, but the DAS won by 1 vote. Detectorist Tom, good evening all. Well, what the heck time do you call this? What time do you call it? I'm just about to wrap it all up. I've got no excuse to wrap it up on time now, because my lights will work forever, because they're on mains now. Late on parade. Just a tad late. That's never good, is it? Hit a live round with your shovel. Never a good thing to do. Right, just for the benefit of Detectorist Tom, I'm sure Josh would want me to do this. Thanks, Chuck. I'll squirrel it away into the folder for next week. Just for the benefit of Detectorist Tom, I'm going to show him Josh's blob. Here we go. That's the fantastic find that Josh has found. I think Ryan, he's a member of the local metal detecting club, I believe, or was. Josh is going to start his own live stream to talk about his blob. Oh, he's going to ban me. Sorry, I'm banned. I've gone. Detectorist Tom, I've just been through the other 2 screens and I must wrap it up. There's a couple of things up here from me. Decorative button, believe it or not. And supposedly via, according to FLO, that's a Viking horse harness piece. I'll stop it. I won't call it blob or blob anymore. Alright, I'll stop saying blob. Bowler's blob. Lawn blobber. Oh, it's going to get nasty in a minute. Yes, what I said, Detectorist Tom. I don't know what they call them, but where you wrap your string around. Ryan's only got 2 hours to hang it out, and he's back home. Right, last screen, especially with Detectorist Tom, Little Roman, and the cartwheel penny I found a video or 2 ago. Rightio, Ryan, thanks for dropping in, mate. Nice to see you. Might bump into you on Friday if I'm unlucky enough. Only kidding. Have a nice 2 hours. Hope it birth's okay, then you got to start doing the work. Weird British chick. Can't call it a beep anymore. Okay. I don't think that'll cut the ice with Josh. Actually, Josh has gone off. I think he's gone off in a blob. I mean, in a huff. He's gone off in a huff. Poor Josh. Oh, he's back. He's back. Oh, I thought he'd gone away in a huff. Suffolk Sifter 99. You never know when I'll see you again. Get a good night's kip. Thanks for turning up. Oh, don't be like that, Josh. Thanks, Detectorist Tom. That was quite a nice little find. Actually, I nearly never dug it because that rang up 99 on the DAS remote, and I thought it was going to be rubbish. It's going to be a can slaw or something like that, and I just thought, oh, the land's so light and fluffy, I'll dig it anyway, and that popped. That was really faint, and when I got got it up. That was a biggie. Don't say anything weird, British chick. No, don't say that, Detecting Jester. Good grief. It's a family channel. Tetris Tom. Ipswich are playing what? What's going on? How would I know that? Poof. Right, I'm going to wrap it up. It's getting on for 10 past now. I'm sure you people have got something else better to do in your life rather than looking at my ugly mug. I just feel sorry for the people who watch me on the tellies. Must be horrible. Anyway, send your photos in. I've got a couple of 3 promises of photos and I'll hold you to that next week. If you don't have them, I shall be telling you off and you have to go on a naughty step. Okay? Now you have been warned. Well, I'm glad you got the humour. I'm glad that's made you happy. I've just got an email, Chuck, or I'll get a little notification down the bottom of the screen to say I've got your email, so I've got it. So send your photos in. I'll just read the comments a bit and I shall wrap it up and you guys can carry on with your life. I wish I could get on the ploughed. None of my fields are ploughed. The best I've got are sumoed and they are fantastic, but the field is absolutely quiet as a mouse. I'm sure she's not laughing at his misery. Thanks Ian, great comments, thank you very much. Okay, wrap up time because people are sliding off. I still can't see how many people are watching because the analytics don't work. Do you like my haircut? I had it all cut, look. Just shaved the old beard because I've got somewhere special to go tomorrow and I didn't want to look my best. Anyway, thanks everybody for turning up tonight. Much appreciated, and thanks for your support. If by any remote chance you haven't subscribed to Suffolk Sifter, please subscribe. I must keep pointing fingers at you. Please subscribe and hit the bell for notifications of future videos, and you'll get a notification for this, the Wednesday live stream. So thanks again. I'll just quickly read the night comments and then I'll hit the button and then we'll bye-byes. I thought Rob was about. I thought Rob, did I dream? I was just scrolling up. I thought I see Rob. Oh well, perhaps I are dreaming it. Oh, you're dreaming it. Anyway, thanks for the live stream. Thanks Josh. See you next week. Yep, bye Charlie. Nice to see everybody. Yeah, I don't know where the fine man is. So, night Chuck, much appreciated Chuck, and see you next week, 9 o'clock on the dot. We'll be here, barring any major problems. Thanks again, and I'm just going to reach over to this button here. I'm going to press that and I'm going to say thanks for joining me, and see you next time.